I love using Kittl. There's all sorts of free tools on here. There's free templates and text designs, and there's all sorts of graphical interface tools. But hold on, there's something else. At the top, there's a challenges button, and if I click on that, I can see the current challenges. This is a fun way to let your creativity shine. I'm going to click current challenge, and we can see there's a poster design challenge, inspirational quote. I'm going to view this challenge here. There's only 4 days left to enter at the time of my recording of this video, so it might even be less when you view this. We've got a new challenge for you. Find an inspirational quote and design a poster with it. This is pretty neat. It's completely free to enter. You can see here the clock's ticking down, very stressful. And I'm going to click on this Enter Challenge button, and I'm going to enter the challenge. Now, if you've never heard of Kittl before, it's a great tool for print on demand. There's all sorts of cool templates that you can use to create print on demand designs. Plus, there's a huge graphical interface library. I strongly suggest that you sign up for this account. It's completely free. I do want to point out the link in the video description below. I'm going to put it down there. It is an affiliate link. And what that means is if you click on the link and you wind up purchasing something, I would receive a small commission. I want to point out that in this challenge, the award is that you're going to get showcased on the main page, but on some of the completed challenges below, these are ones in the past, there's $500 in prizes, $800 in prizes, and there's new challenges that come up regularly. So I'd strongly encourage that you check in every week or so, because if there's a new challenge, it's a fun way to express yourself creatively, and you can win some cool stuff too. Okay, so as much as I love Kittl's templates, for this project, I'm going to be using only the graphical assets on a blank template. So I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side, and I'm going to pick elements to start. From here, I can search through different elements. I can either click on the search button and I can type something in, or I can scroll on down and I can see different pockets of things that I can use as well. There's also a tab here at the top. There's ornaments, illustrations, abstract designs as well. Okay, so I'm under abstract, and I like this splatter down here at the bottom. I'm going to click show all, and we can see here there's some ink splatters that have shown up. So I'm going to click this first one. You can see it populates in here. Now I can check the object color over on the right hand side, and I can update it to be bright red. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to pick another splatter, and I'm going to make that red as well. And I'm going to move this over here. Now I can make these bigger or smaller. I can also rotate them if I want. So you can make all sorts of cool things. I'm making some blood splatters here. I'm going to pick this third one, and you can pop it open. You can also use the eyedropper tool. So when I select object color, there's this little eyedropper. And when I select it, I can just hover over any other part of my design. And when I click it, it'll match it exactly. So that's a nice little shortcut as well. I'm going to do this as well here, make this a bit bigger. Now you may be wondering, what's the ghoulish inspirational sign that I'm going to be making here for this poster? Now I'm going to go to my text field on the left hand side, and I'm going to type in my text, and I'm going to pick this modern. That's going to pop up here. Now I'm not making a summer sale. I'm going to double click it, and so right inside here I'm going to click 100%. That's the name of my text, and I'm going to make this now black. I'm just going to add in a background, and it'll say background color on the right hand side. So I can click it, and I can just make this a different color just so I can see what I'm working with a bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to click the summer and delete it. And I'm going to click everything 40% off, and I'm going to delete that. So I've just got this text now. Very easy to use. I'm going to just make it bigger, just like that, but click and move. And now I'm going to pick a different font. Now you could just add in text as well. I can click the text button, and I can just click add paragraph or add headline. I'm going to do that. I'm going to click add headline, and that's just a little piece of text that pops up. I'll click inside it, select Alt A to select all of it, and then I'll type in always give, and then I'll click outside of it, move this, make it a bit bigger. It's really quick and easy to use. It's actually fun too, because you can play around in it, and you can try things, and then you can always back out and try something else as well. Okay, so I've got always give 100%. And then, this is the funny part, I'm going to scroll down here to a different type of font. I'm going to click show all here under vintage. And I like this one here, the dry gin. I'll click on Jackie's, and I'll get rid of that. And I'll click on this Ashburn, and I will say, okay, and there's the punchline. So I'm going to use that. And now I'm going to just push this down here. And then I've got my bloody design here. Now, if you want to copy something, you can just simply right click and copy, and then click outside of it and then right click and paste. And that'll give you a secondary one as well. So you can make all sorts of cool additions here. You can also click Control C and Control V, and that will paste it as well. So you could do that. I like to rotate these so they don't look the exact same. And then for my background color, I'm just going to change the opacity down to 0, and that gives me a PNG file basically that I could put on a t-shirt, or you could put it on a poster, but I like the transparent background, especially for a t-shirt. Now, because this is a poster, I'm going to click the background, and I'm going to change this now to white, and I'll just make sure that the opacity is back up to 100%. Now, if you want to change the color of the text itself, you can change the border weights along the right-hand side. So I could make this quite a bit bigger. I could even make it black if I want, or you can move, because all I'm doing is I'm making the border weight so big that it's filling it up. That's pretty neat too. So if you wanted to make this text, for example, all red, you'd simply select this, select red, and then you just make the border weight so thick that it changes to 100. From there, you could also select the text effects, and that's at the top. There's this little A with a little star next to it, and you can actually create like a shadow, for example, and then you can move the shadow around. I think this is so cool because sometimes this stuff's really hard to do. So like in Photoshop, it could take a long time. And then there's the color here of the background as well, so you can make that black. Okay, so that's my poster. So very easy to do. Now I just want to show you that if you change your mind and you wanted to do something else, you could just simply click on these blood splatters and you can just remove them. So click remove, and then you could put in a different graphic if you wanted as well. So I'm going to not do the bloody splatter because maybe somebody doesn't find that quite so funny. And instead I'm going to put in a different graphic, but I'm going to use the ornaments. And so with the ornaments, there's all sorts of different ornaments, hundreds and hundreds of them in here. And I'm going to use, for example, a large frame, which is right here. And I'm going to click Show All. And I can see there's these large frames now. So I'm going to pick this one right here. And I'll just put this up into the corner. And then I'll just drag it so that it looks like a picture frame. From there, I'll go to back. And then I can move this now to fit inside of this. Under illustrations, I'm going to type in hospital, and I can see here there's a needle and a heart. I'm going to click the needle. That's going to go right here, and I'm going to click the heart, and that's going to go right here. I'm going to make the heart red, so the object color, I'm going to change it. And I'm going to make it actually a bit of a darker red. So I'm going to click on the eyedropper tool, cover off the red, and then click it again and just make it a bit darker. So there's my heart, and then my needle. I like the way that looks right there. You can also center this. So when I move the heart around, you can see a little vertical line will come up, and that means it's centered. So you could center it exactly in the design if you wanted. You'll see a horizontal and a vertical line come up. So I want it centered. It's going to be right there. And then I'm going to click on the needle, make it a bit smaller. And I'm going to move this over here to the side. And then I'm going to pick one more item, which is the little medicine symbol here, and I'm going to move this over here and make it about the same size as this, and that's going to be my design. So very easy to do, took me a grand total of about 5 minutes, and there was lots of different options throughout that as well. So from here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save my design. On the top right where it says share, I'm going to go up to the share button, and then here it says share a copy of your project. You can share a copy of your project through an email, or you can publish to community. Now for the contest, I want to publish to the community. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to click publish down here at the right. So always give 100%. I'm going to choose my category, poster, add tag. I'm going to say blood. Okay, I've got my 8 tags down. I'm going to write my short description. I'm going to pick the inspirational quote challenge. And you can see here I have 3 entries that I could do. I could make 3 posters because I have a subscription plan. If you have a free plan, you can have 1 entry. So I've got 1 out of 3 now, and I'm going to agree with the publishing community design guidelines, and I'll click publish to community. And there we go. Now I do encourage you to visit Kittl on YouTube. They've got a great channel where they have some walkthrough videos as well. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, either Crafty, Stax, or Zen Water Cooler, I highly suggest you check those out as well. So I hope you found that video helpful. I absolutely love the challenges. They're a fun way for you to try different things with a goal in mind, rather than just randomly clicking on things. Here's another video on how you can supercharge your Kittl journey. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'd love to hear your comments down below.